This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh and it had dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say that this cab was rare, but I thought, man, forget it, yo, home to Bel Air. I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cabbie, "Yo, home, smell you later." Looked at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air.
Welcome to lesson 3-5. We are going to be evaluating algebraic expressions. So our essential question is, how can you evaluate or solve an algebraic expression? And let's remember that an algebraic expression is an expression with an operation and a variable. So today we're going to be learning about a new academic vocabulary word, substitution. We're going to use substitution to evaluate or solve an algebraic expression. When we use substitution, we are going to be replacing the variable with a number. So for example, in 3a plus 4, a equals 2. So we are going to substitute the variable a for the number 2. Let's remember that when we have our number and variable next to each other with no symbol in between, this is multiplication. We're going to write PEMDAS because we have to make sure that we follow the mathematical rules of order of operations. So let's solve. We don't have any parentheses, no exponents. We do have multiplication. 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, so we rewrite our expression. No division. We do have addition. 6 plus 4 is 10, so we add 6 plus 4, which is 10. And no subtraction, so we're all done.
Lesson 3-5, our learning intention. I will be able to evaluate expressions using substitution. Our essential question, how can you evaluate or solve an algebraic expression? How do you know you're successful? I will be able to, 1, evaluate expressions using substitution with whole numbers. 2, evaluate expressions using substitution with decimals. And lastly, 3, evaluate expressions using substitution with fractions. Here we are.
Let's jump into our 3-5 notes and let's remind ourselves of our essential question. How can we evaluate or solve an algebraic expression? Our academic vocabulary is substitution. We're going to be working with our orders of operations, PEMDAS, exponents, multiplication or division, and addition or subtraction. Let's start with example number 1. We're going to substitute all of these different values for n. So n can equal 10, it will also equal 12, and it will also equal 14. This algebraic expression is 20 plus 3n. So let's rewrite this algebraic expression as shown, and we're going to substitute all these 3 different values for n. In our first box, we have n equals 10. In our second box, we have n equals 12. And in our third box, we have n equals 14. So we are rewriting all of our algebraic expressions with our variable substituted with the given value. Now that our algebraic expression is rewritten in a numerical expression, we can use PEMDAS to continue to solve our expression. We do not have any parentheses with an operation inside. We do not have any exponents, but we do have multiplication. 3 times 10. We rewrite our entire expression. We don't have any division. We do have addition. 20 plus 30 is 50. We just evaluated our algebraic expression with our given value substituted in for n, and our answer is 50. Let's go to our next problem. We don't have any parentheses with an operation, no exponents. We do have multiplication. 3 times 12 is 36. We rewrite our entire expression. We do have addition. So we add 20 plus 36. This is 56. We're all done. And our third expression, we don't have any parentheses or exponents, but we do have multiplication. So let's multiply 3 times 14 is 42. We rewrite our entire expression. There's no division. We have addition, so we add 20 plus 42 is 62. And we are done. Let's move on to example number 2. We're going to evaluate or solve an algebraic expression with decimals. We have Julie's family, and she took a 4-day trip. Her mother wrote an equation to calculate their gas mileage. This is going to be represented with the variable m, or gas mileage. This is measured in miles per gallon. And the variable d is going to equal the number of total miles driven on the trip. We have another variable g, which is going to equal the total number of gallons of gas used for the trip. So since d is the number of total miles driven on the trip, we're going to add all 4 days of miles that were driven each day. When we add 476, 439, 382, and 263, we get 1,560. Now let's find G, which is the total number of gallons of gas used in all 4 days. This is 15 plus 13.5 plus 15.4 plus 16.1. This is 60 gallons. Now we have the values for both variables, D and G. Let's substitute them in to our equation to find M. We put 1,560 on the top. We use a fraction line to represent the operation of division. So we put 60 on the bottom for G. And when we divide, we get 26. So the gas mileage for this 4-day trip was 26 miles per gallon. In example number 3, we're going to evaluate algebraic expressions with fractions. Miss Grant wants to tile a 27 square foot area with square tiles. We have the variable s, which is going to represent the side length in feet of each square tile. We're going to use the algebraic expression 27 divided by s squared to find the number of tiles Miss Grant needs to buy. Each side is 1/3 foot. So S equals 1/3 foot. Now that we have S, we can evaluate or solve this expression. Let's substitute 1/3 in for S. Let's rewrite the expression 27 divided by 1/3 squared. We're going to use PEMDAS to now solve our numerical expression. We don't have any parentheses, but we do have exponents. 1/3 squared is like saying 1/3 times 1/3. So when we square 1/3, we get 1/9. So now let's divide 27 divided by 1/9. We know keep, change, flip, so we're going to keep 27. We're going to change division to multiplication, and we're going to flip 1/9 to 9/1. And now we can just divide straight across. 27 times 9 is 243 over 1, and we know that this is equivalent to just 243 as a whole number.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah. Now take a couple of minutes and go ahead and write your summary and answer the essential question. Go ahead and check quadrants 1 and 2. Go ahead and check quadrants 3 and 4. And now we're all done.